What's up? Thank you for stopping by to visit the channel for this upcoming game preview. If you want to hear a different take of college football from an analytical perspective, if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and select all so you don't miss another video. Also, like the video, share the video, it helps this channel grow, and give me your score prediction in the comment section below, even if you agree or disagree. For those of you who are looking at this infographic, your eyes are not deceiving you. We are previewing Kansas. Yes, Kansas, the football team. This game is not played in Allen Fieldhouse. This is not about the basketball team. This is Kansas. 5-0 Kansas taking on TCU. Feels like we're in 2007 when Kansas made their magical run when they finished off their season with an Orange Bowl berth. And believe it or not, that Kansas team, led by Todd Reesing at quarterback, that team was, I'm not going to say inches, but they were a game away from potentially playing for a national championship in the BCS. Yes, Kansas. Long time ago, kids. Know your history. So, now that I'm done with this jog down memory lane, let's start off this video like how we always do with the tail of the tape of advanced metrics. So for those of you who are new to the channel, which I assume everybody on both ends, since I have never done a preview of Kansas or TCU from my recollection, the tail of the tape of advanced metrics is a base point to showcase the overall quality between the two teams. So the 5 metrics that we go off of here is F+, SP+, FEI, offensive SP+, and defensive SP+. Now, for those of you who are not aware of what these metrics are, F+ is a combination of Bill Connelly's SP+ rating and FEI from Brian Fremeau. That is to determine the overall rating between each college football teams in America. SP+ is Bill Connelly's tempo and opponent adjusted offensive measures of college football. It is based on a play-by-play and drive data, and it is designed to be predictive and forward-facing. It is not a poll or a ranking system. It is strictly based off of it being a power rating. FEI is opponent adjusted efficiency data, and it's about the per possession scoring average that a team would be expected to have in a neutral field against an average opponent. And offensive SP+ and defensive SP+ is essentially an offensive and defensive specific SP+ rating. So it is presented in the form of an adjusted scoring average. On offense, the higher the number, the better. For defense, the lower the number, the better. And based on how every metric is ranked, if a rank is greater than 10 over the other, it is considered an advantage. If not, it is considered a push. So, based on the tail of the tape of advanced metrics between TCU and Kansas, it looks like TCU has the advantage of 4 of the 5 categories. The lone advantage Kansas has would be their offensive SP+ versus the TCU defensive SP+ rating. The Kansas offense, which was high-flying, scoring at will on literally everybody, they were grounded against an Iowa State defense. Kansas's offense was held to a 0% success rate in the fourth quarter, and yet they still found a way to come out on top with a victory. And if you are a Kansas fan, you have to be encouraged somewhat, because this was a game where you could have easily lost. Iowa State had plenty of chances to close the deal, and if not for a couple of special teams blunders, college kickers can't make field goals, this game could have easily gone against you. So you got to give KU a tip to the hat for being able to stay in the game and do what they needed to do and come out on top with a victory. Even though offensively they only ran 45 plays, Jalon Daniels, who I've been really high on as far as one of the best quarterbacks in the country, he didn't have a great game. He threw for less than 100 yards passing. He was held in check all day long against Iowa State. But this was a good sign. Your best player didn't have his best game, didn't have his fastball, but you did more than enough to come out on top. What TCU did to Oklahoma was ugly. I mean, I'm talking grandma getting out the tub ugly. This box score doesn't reflect just how awful TCU made Oklahoma look. 37% of the game was in garbage time. That second quarter TCU had was a full-on masterpiece, and that was where this game completely got out of hand. Kind of like how Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Oh my goodness. There's not a lot. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that I can really expound on other than the fact that Sonny Dykes got these guys rolling and playing some good ball at the right time. And yeah, nobody saw this coming. I don't think anybody in Fort Worth saw this coming. But if you did, hats off to you. But man, TCU definitely sent a message this past Saturday with their showing against Oklahoma. All right, on this infographic, we have the Kansas offense versus the TCU defense, and these stats are adjusted per the opponent. And just like on the tail of the tape of advanced metrics, if you have a ranking greater than 10 over the other, it is considered an advantage. If not, then it's considered a push. So out of the 10 categories, 3 of them is going to Kansas, the other 2 is going to TCU, and the rest are pushes. The Kansas offense, as I mentioned before, is really efficient. They are one of the best offenses in the country. They are fully functional. This is a different offense than what we are used to seeing from Kansas. Last year, they were taking some strides, but man, this year they have really taken off. Jalon Daniels is a trigger man. He makes that offense go. I did have a video of his performance against Duke. Here is the info card. Should show up in a little bit. Most of you who have probably subscribed to the channel were the ones that actually came because of that video. So I definitely thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And I also thank you guys for sharing that video. But that being said, this Kansas offense is really good. The 2 issues that I see here is the TCU pass defense. The TCU pass defense is one of the best pass defenses in the country. They're going to be a strong challenge to that Kansas offense. And the adjusted defensive explosiveness, TCU is 68th. When you adjust for opponent, the Kansas offense is 128th. Not particularly explosive, and I think that's relative to the type of defenses that the Kansas team has faced this so far. But this is definitely going to be a challenge for them to get some of those explosive plays. But for their lack of explosiveness, Kansas is extremely efficient in almost every other thing that they do on offense. Sack rate, 21st in the country. TCU is 27th in defensive sack rate, so something's going to have to give there. Offensive line yardage, Kansas 30th, so their offensive line pretty decent at getting those good pushes up front. The running backs are able to get at least those 3 to 4 yards, so they're able to get those tough yards and able to make their running game go. Now, I mentioned the Kansas offense being really good, and for good reason, but this TCU offense, man, oh man. They're elite, man. I think they're actually hitting elite territory. If not, they're already there. Out of the 7 categories, they are ranked in the top 10 in those, with the exception of adjusted standard down offense, offensive stuff rate, and offensive sack rate. And when TCU has a ball against the Kansas defense, they have an overwhelming advantage in all 10 categories. Max Duggan is the guy. He is similar to what Jalon Daniels is for Kansas's offense. Duggan is Duggan's the truth, man. I have seen him play a couple of times, and every time he steps out there on the field, he is just, man, he's tough. He's tough, man. He's definitely going to be a challenge for that Kansas defense. I know Kobe Bryant is well up to the challenge for the K-State defense at corner, but TCU, those dudes are just different, man. I mean, this is going to be a challenge for KU. So my computer model has TCU winning by the projected score. I'm just going to round up here of 36-30 with a 67% win probability. The Vegas line is currently in favor of TCU at the time of recording at 6.5. So my model has TCU favored slightly under that by 6. Bill Connolly in his SP Plus rating has TCU favored by around 8. So it seems like we're all a little off from the Vegas line. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be high scoring, to be quite honest with you. I think the over under was at 67.5. Mine is around like 66. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some points to be had in this game for sure. I think this game has the potential to be the best matchup of the day, and is mainly due to the quarterback play. Max Duggan, Jalon Daniels, probably the best quarterback matchup, I think, out of all of the games that are going to be played on Saturday here. The big question that I have on Kansas is, can they shake off the dreadful offensive performance they had from last week against Iowa State? Now, they're going to have College Game Day coming into town. A lot of media attention given to Kansas, and rightfully so. And the reason why I say that it's rightfully so, because they have earned all of the praise. They have earned all of the media time, all the extra airtime that they're going to get this weekend. They earned it due to the fact that it is a great, great story. No cap. I really love what Coach Lance has done to that Kansas football team. He has built them from literally nothing to the point, literally from nothing. They were one of the laughing stocks of college football, and no one's laughing at them now. We're all standing and applauding the work that Coach Lance has done for that program. So hats off to Kansas, hats off to Coach Lance and what he has done. Now, about the game, for Kansas, the big thing for them is they're going to have to find a way to get stops against that TCU offense. TCU's offense is humming at peak efficiency right now, and they would love nothing more than to build on what they did to Oklahoma the previous week. And right now, the Big 12 is wide open based off of what TCU has done, based off what Kansas has done this year. And it's anybody's ball game, anybody's conference to pull this one off. I think this game is close for a reason. I think the Vegas line has this one down, so to speak, as well. It's not going to be one that I wouldn't particularly bet on, but if I had an opportunity here, and if I'm going to pick a winner here, I'm going to go against conventional wisdom. I usually side with the home team in, most of these closer games, especially since the home team is the underdog and it's a single point spread. I'm going to go with TCU here, and I'm probably going to kick myself, so to speak, only because I think Kansas is going to play much better than what they did last week. But I'm going to go with TCU to the score of 38-31. I think it's going to be one of those back and forth battles between two good quarterbacks who are just going to elevate each other's play. And I'm gonna be looking forward to it, man. I just can't wait. This is a game that I think I'm gonna have circled to this weekend, and I never thought I would have to say this before the season started. Didn't even expect to see this happen. So I got I got TCU winning by the score of 38-31 here. I think Kansas will play hard. I think they'll play well, but I think TCU will have too much firepower. And in the end, that is it for this game preview. Let me know what your thoughts are about the game in the comment section below. Give me your score prediction. Tell me why your respective team is going to win the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give the video a like. And if you love college football as much as I do, please hit that subscribe button if you want to stay updated with the latest previews and the occasional highlights. Thank you for watching, and thank you for visiting the channel.